Not every workplace can offer special perks like ping pong or free lunch, but new research shows punishing employees can also lead to more productivity. Derek Thompson looked into feel good and feel bad bosses for The Atlantic. He's the magazine's business editor. Derek, good morning.
Good morning.
It's surprising that our boss wanted to do this story, that punishment can be just as productive as pampering.
Right, and my boss might be watching as well, so I want to be careful what I say here, of course.
So go ahead.
Well, what did you find? I mean, what are the benefits to pampering versus punishment?
Right. I think, like you said, we're living through a time when people are realizing that pampering your employees, giving them lots of perks, not only is a great way to attract the best and brightest, but also a good way to keep them, make them feel motivated, give them the freedom to be creative. But there was this study that just came out that looked at, okay, well, unemployment rose and productivity rose during the recession. So how did unemployment affect productivity? And it essentially said that, you know, there's the weakest link theory and the motivation theory. The weakest link theory is that you simply fire the worst employees and the team that's remaining is just better. But what really happened, they said, is that people worked harder because of a fear of losing their jobs. And so it does seem like there is this concept of monitoring and fear of being fired.
It seems to me, though, that it's not either or. I mean, there's sometimes, and clearly there's fear, and fear is a powerful motivator. But it's not pampering, it's offering incentives, and it's trying to find the best reason that you can make people be passionate about what they're doing and be motivated to do it.
I think that's exactly the way that these studies sort of live together. You know, work isn't one monolithic thing.
Exactly.
It's a lot of times it's a combination of the creative process by which you come up with ideas to solve complicated problems and a procedure by which you enact that creative process. And it's possible that the perks and the pampering can help with the creative process, but that the monitoring and the judgment by your bosses helps with the procedural process.
And when we say punishment, I think we should probably clarify that, you know, in terms of like punishment can be just as motivating. What do you mean when you say like punishment? Right.
You know, one way to think of it is with workers, it's not what you expect, it's what you inspect. When you monitor workers, they feel watched and they feel like there's a possibility that if they do something wrong that there'll be consequences. And so really a part of this is just the idea of consequences.
You talked to a lot of entrepreneurs. They say you can't succeed, measure it, achieve it. You have to measure what your employees are doing in order to do well and motivate people.
Yeah. Right.
Can I just ask you finally, there's a new study, I noticed it, it's in the Wall Street Journal today, that says parents who yell at their adolescent children for misbehaving can cause some of the same problems as hitting them, including increased risk of depression and aggressive behavior.
Right. So Dr. Min-Tae Wong looked at this and showed that yelling can be just as bad as hitting. And I think here what you're looking at, and it's the last quote of the article, she says it reduces their feeling of worth. And this is important for workers as well, you know, feeling valued, feeling watched, and feeling like they're a part of the company. And this goes back to both perks and productivity. The perks make you feel like the boss cares about your emotional well-being. You know, the monitoring makes them feel like they care about your productivity.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Derek.
Thank you.